Um, yeah, I mean, it's a very boring history to start with. I started life as a chartered accountant, having come to Leicester to do my degree in 1981. Successfully got my degree, took out clerkship here in Leicester with what is now KPMG, made it as a chartered accountant, and then started a career in business.
And you were appointed the role of the Lord Lieutenant back in June, which is an absolutely incredible achievement. And how did that feel, and what does the role mean to you?
It was a huge honour and surprise, I have to say, when I was asked whether I would become the next Lord Lieutenant. A huge honour because you become the Queen's personal and permanent representative to the county, which is a very, very big responsibility. And my foremost duty is to uphold the dignity of the Crown at all times. So all of my actions, all of the events that I will attend as Lord Lieutenant, I always have to be mindful about the impact my attendance has on the Crown itself. It's quite a big responsibility, and it means you have to think twice before you make any decision.
Yeah, of course. And how obviously did the appointment come about?
I was approached about this time last year by the head of the Honours and Appointments Committee down in London, who asked whether I would consider my name to be put forward as one of the candidates for the Queen to choose from. I thought about it for about 3 weeks and in the end decided it was something I'd really like to do. I'd be very proud if I was successful, so I agreed. And shortly after Christmas, so very early in January this year, I had a letter from Theresa May saying that she would like to nominate me for the position of succeeding Jenny as Lord Lieutenant here. 2 weeks after I agreed that I was happy for that to happen, I was notified that Her Majesty had given formal approval.
Wow, amazing. And tell us a little about the role for those that don't know in your own words. How would you explain it to somebody that has sort of not really an idea about
Yeah.
the role?
I think the role, being the Queen's personal representative, basically means that I need to attend to various matters that the Queen might attend to should she be available to be in Leicestershire. So I'm responsible for arranging and organising all royal visits to the county. I'm responsible for giving out British Empire medals on behalf of Her Majesty to successful recipients here. I also take a lead role in working with the cadets in the city and county, and I'm also responsible for providing the best wishes cards for those people that reach 100 years or 75 years or have a significant anniversary coming up. And one of the other pleasurable tasks is we have some fantastic businesses in our city and county. Some of them do win the Queen's Award for enterprise, and I have the privilege of being able to present them with their citations and their scroll and their awards on behalf of Her Majesty.
Incredible. And is there any specific training to the role that you have to go to?
There is. We have some guidance through the form of quite a detailed manual, which gives us an idea of what the role is, also gives us some pointers as to where to go for information should we not be able to find the answer in the manual. We also get support directly from the House of Lords. There is a lieutenancy office there. The Office of the Lord Lieutenants Association is based there, and we're always able to contact them either by email or telephone to seek further advice on areas that we're unsure of. But also, each region has its Lord Lieutenants come together to form a regional committee, so we can all share best practice, understand how other Lord Lieutenants in our region, the East Midlands, are doing their duties, and then learn and see what of that is relevant to us in Leicestershire, and hopefully they can also learn a little bit from me in the years ahead.
Yeah, incredible. And what are you hoping to bring to the role?
I think one of the things I'm really, really keen to do is to try and make sure that the people in Leicester and Leicestershire get more recognition for the excellent work that they do. I'm very keen to make sure that our businesses are aware that the Queen's Award is one of the highest accolades that you can get in business, and those that are worthy of it, I think, should be encouraged to put forward applications, and I shall certainly be looking to encourage them to do that. I'm very keen also to encourage those voluntary organisations and groups to put themselves forward for the Queen's Awards for voluntary services. And I'm also very, very keen to make sure that all of the great work being done selflessly by many, many people around the city and county that should be worthy of some accreditation is properly considered for British Empire medals or one of the medals that goes with the Order of the British Empire.
Amazing. And how has becoming a Lord Lieutenant affected your life?
It's changed dramatically, even beyond my own expectations. I thought I was just going to be a little bit busier than I normally am, but actually I'm a lot busier than I normally am. But the thing that has made its biggest impact on me is the fact I've been able to meet so many fantastic people doing great things. And one of the things I want to applaud as Lord Lieutenant for all the people in the city and county is I want to applaud equally the smallest act of kindness alongside the grandest gesture of philanthropy that goes on.
Amazing. And obviously you say it's affected your life massively. So what's sort of a typical day like for you as the role as Lord Lieutenant?
Well, a typical day, I mean, I'll give you a specific typical day because that might be of interest to people, is the 24th of September. I started the day by going into the office. I had some work to do. I had some meetings with a client and also with some of my staff. I did that until about 12:30. I then went home, got changed into my suit. A driver collected me, and 2 hours later I was greeting the Duke and Duchess of Sussex over at Loughborough University, where I then spent the next couple of hours attending to them before I bid them farewell. And then I went to a business meeting in Loughborough straight after that.
Amazing. And obviously you've just touched upon your first royal visit. Tell us a little bit more about that day.
It was fantastic for my first royal visit to actually be attending the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. They were charming people. I suspect that they probably had been told that I was a relatively new Lord Lieutenant because Prince Harry particularly put me at ease straight away the moment he got out of the car. The Duchess was charming. I thought she gave a great performance. I thought the interaction that they had with the young people they'd come to see was superb. They made everybody's day. And I think that's one of the key things about a royal visit. It actually isn't necessarily about the Lord Lieutenant and their role in attending the royal family. It's actually about the impact and the memories that that visit creates on the people that get to meet the members of the royal family.
And how do you feel that visit, what effect do you think that visit had on the people of Leicester and Loughborough University itself?
I think the university was ecstatic that they had a very significant royal presence on the day. A lot of their students were able to attend and watch the Duke and Duchess arrive and depart, and I think that was fantastic for them. They made a lot of noise, which was fantastic because that just creates atmosphere and adds to the occasion. I think for the young people that were there, for some of them, it may well have been their first time visiting a university. Which I think was tremendous. It was also a tremendous opportunity for them to be receiving their accolades, their certificates that they'd worked so hard for from the Duke and Duchess. And it will be a day they'll never forget.
Of course. And what does the city of Leicester and the county mean to you?
Oh, everything. I mean, it's a city that I came to do my degree, and that was my first time here in Leicester. I had dreams of getting a degree, leaving Leicester and Leicestershire and going to make my living elsewhere, but I never did do that. I stayed. I'm really glad I did. I'd like to think I put my heart and soul into promoting Leicester and Leicestershire as best I can, and I'm delighted that that's been recognised and some rewards have come back in my direction. And being appointed the Lord Lieutenant of Leicestershire when Her Majesty has literally all 1,050,000 people to choose from, for me is one of the most humbling experiences because other people had to comment on my appropriateness for this role before I was asked to take it on board. And whilst you don't know what they said about you and you don't know who specifically was spoken to, it's quite gratifying to know that some people thought highly enough of me to say that the highest accolade you can have in this county should be afforded to me.
No, that's amazing. And you've only been in the role obviously since June. Have there been any highlights so far this year?
Yeah, I think we've spoken about the royal visit, which was tremendous. I also really enjoyed going to the Welbeck Defence College out in Loughborough to be part of their passing out parade, to also be part of the presentation of their year-end awards. I thought that was a very memorable day. Tremendous young people with tremendous ambition doing great things. And I think the other memory that I'd probably focus on out of so many brilliant memories was when I went to the New Parks Lunch Club, which is a club that's a lunch club that's provided for people that can't readily access balanced meals themselves, either because they may not know how to prepare them or they may not have the resources to do it. And there's a fantastic group of volunteers that turn up every Wednesday, and what they do is they prepare the meals for the people of that area who want to come along, and they give them a fantastic balanced, nourished meal. And for me, one of the most abiding stories in that was I think he may have been a West Indian origin, engineer. It's a tremendously clever person. He had retired from being an engineer, and he'd actually learnt to cook, so he could actually cook their meals for them.
Oh, that's fantastic. Amazing. What would you like to see more of during your role as Lord Lieutenant?
I'd like to see Leicester and Leicestershire feel better about itself. I think we are feeling better about ourselves than perhaps we did maybe a decade or so ago. I still think there's more that we can do. I think we have some brilliant businesses, we have some brilliant people, we have fantastic charities doing great things, but I don't think we necessarily make people outside of our city and county aware of how great we are and what we do, and just what a fantastic place we are to come and live and to build your careers or to start your businesses.